Welcome to a new playlist. This is going to be my book series where I go over my comic books and other stuff that's in my collection. The same stuff applies to my movie series introduction. If you don't like this, it's okay. That's cool. I respect your opinion, all that good shit. So, without further ado, let's get into this. So, first up, you saw I got this in the mail, Volume 2 of Star Wars Kanan, First Blood. I also have Volume 1, The Last Padawan. Now, I read both of these. I got this one at Books A Million for $6.99, and I got this off of eBay for about $10.45, I think. So, retail price on these is about... Come on. Focus. Be nice. Come on, there you go. Yeah, retail is $19.99. And retail on this is $17.99. It's kind of weird, though, how they're differently priced. Because, literally, they're about the same... Yeah, they're about the same width and shit, so... I don't know. That is strange. Oh, well. Notice shit you never seen before. So, of course, this is about Kanan Jarrus, a.k.a. Caleb Doom. If you haven't watched Star Wars Rebels, and if you're the type that doesn't really care for Rebels, then maybe not watch this anymore, because I'm going to go into this a little bit about him. So, also, if you haven't watched Rebels, yeah, you're okay. Just watch this and then go watch Rebels. So this delves into Kanan Jarrus' history as he started out as a Padawan and then, turned into a bounty hunter. He survived Order 66 and all that good stuff. So this is the back of Volume 1. I think this actually came out before Season 1 of Rebels, or it might have come out during the middle of the show. And this is the back for Volume 2. This is a hell of a good saga, honestly. Great duology, engaging storyline, and it really when you read this and then you go watch Rebels, Kanan's whole story is fully fleshed out straight to the very end. It's beautifully written, great artwork from what was it, Mac? Yeah, there. Yeah, Mark Brooks. Yeah. Yeah, Greg Wiseman wrote it. Ooh. Pepe, Jacopo, David, VC, and Mark did all the coloring and artwork on this and whatnot and wrote it. It's beautiful. So you learn about his history and whatnot, and it's a beautiful, just wonderful story to get into. And for the newer Marvel comics, the newer Star Wars comics, this duology is essential reading before you watch Star Wars Rebels, because if you watch Rebels by itself, it's a great series, but if you want to know more about Kanan, then you got to read these two volumes before you watch the series. Beautiful artwork, standout coloring. It's just everything. It's just so beautiful. I loved it. Like, when I finished reading, because I had watched Rebels before this, and then I started reading the comics, and when I read this and finished it, and this was like, I think a month after or so I had watched this. or no, I had read this, and I was, oh man, I was in tears because it was just so good. And you know, it's like you go back to the start, and then you go into the show, and you're like, oh man, and it hits you deeper. And when you rewatch a series and whatnot, you find deeper meanings in it and whatnot. And I'll get into that when I do my review of Rebels. So for right now, Star Wars Kanan Duology, Volume 1 and 2. I was going to get the Omnibus, but since I scored this on such a good bargain, I wanted to get Volume 2, that way I have both. I don't need to get the Omnibus now. So, as a duology, I highly recommend this. Not a lot of my friends read comics, which is kind of surprising. Most of them, you know, have families and jobs and all that, so they don't really have a whole lot of time. And some of them are planning weddings and whatnot, so they don't really have too much time for that kind of shit. So, would I recommend this to you? Of course. If you like Marvel Comics, if you like Star Wars, if you like the new stuff they've put out, yeah, this is for you. If you're an old head who doesn't like the new stuff, can't get into it, hates Disney, loathes anything new that happened to your precious childhood, this is not for you. If you're a casual reader of Marvel and you like sci-fi and fantasy and want to try something cool that you don't quite understand, this is for you because, you know, it's literally a 2-volume set. If you've never watched Star Wars, which is actually a fact, some people have not watched Star Wars at all, then, you know, this might be a good jumping point for you to try. Not everybody says that, you know, if you're going to watch Star Wars, you have to watch it in order, blah, blah, blah. It's like, not really. You can jump in wherever the hell you want. So, this is, you know, Star Wars Kanan, Volume 1, Last Padawan, Volume 2, First Blood. I hate how it's like Last Padawan, First Blood. So, yeah. I enjoyed the hell of these. I give these a straight up 10. I mean, the artwork's phenomenal. The story is great. The detailing on everything, mind blowing. It's just so good. And you learn a lot, too. I mean, hell, I'm not giving away anything. You got to read this shit. If you haven't read it, read it. It's good. It's worth it. It's just so beautiful. And hell, it's, you know, it's a tie-in to Rebels, so boom, that's a double win right there. So, until next time. Well, actually, stay tuned. I got a big ass surprise for you. You'll love it.